Welcome back to the channel, everyone, and welcome back to a brand new run of Terminus Zombie Survivors. We are not going to be doing a long run with this one. I want a small challenge run. I always like to do like little challenge runs between my big runs. The two main endings we still haven't done. We still haven't done the research one, but we have visited it in the previous run, and we haven't done the trade house ending. But that one can be very long depending on who you choose and what your luck is. So I want a nice fast run. So I want to do a run to get to Terminus, and I want to do it without killing a zombie. So I think the perfect person for that job would be a soldier. Now you're thinking, well, the soldier does more attack damage, you just said you're not killing a zombie. That's where the trick is to this achievement. You can take the legs out, you can take the body out, you cannot take the head out. If you take the head out, then it counts as a zombie kill. If you take the legs out, they can only move one tile, and if you take the body, then they can't move anything at all because I'm just an head on the floor. So yep, the soldier's going to be the perfect for the run, and I have set up the run already. So Stanley's going to be the soldier, and I'm going to give him, I'm actually going to change this. We're going to give him 2 observation because that is going to mix up with clairvoyance, and 1 dexterity means we can craft something that's going to be really poor. I would like more in dexterity than the 1. So clairvoyance allows you to know what items can be found before searching, so it can save us a tremendous amount of AP, but it's not going to be as powerful as you think because of the scenario I'm going to be doing. It's going to negate some of that on some of the tiles. Next one I'm going to be using is quiet. When you're inside a building at night, zombies won't notice you unless you light a fire. So if you can hide into a building, as far as I can tell, you probably need the windows and doors repaired, but I don't know for certain, so let's test this out. We've never used these in a run, and I had 3 points left over, so the only thing I've got is weather forecast. We've used everything else up here, so let's just get the weather forecast out the way. It's probably just wasted points, but I've got nothing else I want to spend it on. I'd rather not being able to do combat every single night to get this run done. Gameplay settings. So we're going to be doing some of usual apocalypse. We're going to be doing some permadeath. And scenarios, we're going to be doing the out of stock scenario. We've never done this one. As a looter, this one's against everything I believe in. What does it do? 90% of furniture in special places except for houses, is empty. So my usual tricks of going to fire stations for fire axes won't work. My usual trick of going to hardware stores for axes, crowbars, hammers, screwdrivers, spanners won't work. And my trick of going to libraries for books isn't going to work. There's only like a 10% chance that there will spawn items. Most of them will just be empty. Next part, most doors and windows in special places have been broken. So you do not want to be in a special place at night because you've got no protection, unless you want to waste a lot of AP repairing every door and window, covering them all up. And items found in houses have been increased by 10%. I don't know what the base amount is, but it's not a massive amount, 10% for all the negatives you've got on it. But that's what we're going with. And Stanley is the man I think who's going to do this. Now, most of my runs, I do like to change something in there, try a new skill off, a new job, something that people haven't seen before. And again, you haven't seen me do a passive run. Now, I only ever attack heads. This one, I cannot do that. Now, I've tried this run a couple of times, and I keep attacking heads by accident. So I've got to stop myself from doing that. Immediately, it tells you about Terminus. Terminus is always in the north of the map. We'll have a look at the map in a second, and we always start somewhere in the south. You can find a radio and it'll give you the exact location of Terminus, and you can also find a railway track. Follow the railway track and it will always lead you to Terminus as well. Railway tracks can be dangerous, and unless you've got a certain skills or a tent, you can't sleep on railway tracks. So this is our starting area, so let's have a look at the map first. Not great, we've got a dangerous place immediately in front of us, but we do have a nice route up the left hand side here, where we can access pretty much half the top of the tile. So if Terminus is in that half of the map at the very top, we could have fairly easy run on this one. We can't kill anybody, so we're going to have to waste more AP taking out legs. So my usual skills of getting like head attack, taking them skills won't work on a run like this. Okay, so we can see 5 items around us, and if you put your cursor over there, it'll tell you at the very bottom what it's got. That's got a painkiller, and it's got a flashlight. Now, we need a flashlight to do night combat because we haven't got any sight. Now, the security guard would be the better one for this job, but I already did a run with the security guard. I do like to have a different person in every run. That's got knit gloves and a match. Matches aren't that great, but the knit gloves is fantastic in case we find a rotting corpse. It means we can search it. And rotten corpse have a good spawn rate of dropping good items. There's a denim jacket in there. Well, we're going to need some sort of clothing. There's a flashlight down there. So if that flashlight's no good, we'll come down and do this. But if we can find a working flashlight in there, we can ignore that. And a gas can. I'm always going to go and pick up a gas can. So let's do this one first. Because depending on what we get here, we've got a torch for brightness 3 for 5 turns. So immediately I'm going to save 2 AP because I don't need to open that. Now, you can put the skills on like we had in the last run where you can get an extra item. It should still show you the extra items on here before you loot it. That was a waste because I meant to pick up them 2 woods. I need to pick up woods to make spears. And it's got 2.7 fuel. Wow, that's fantastic. So yeah, we do need to pick up all these rags and these planks because at the first night I will be crafting a lot of spears. So I could do with having 4 on me at least. Knit gloves and a match I'm definitely going to need to search. I'll take the match, but like I said, they're not great, but it is a light source. Actually, that one might be better than the makeshift fire starter. And that's going to be another room down. Actually, there's another room up here, so we'll come out that door. That could lead outside. And we want some clothing, so we'll collect that denim jacket. But again, we could select what we need to search. So we should be able to get through this run a lot faster. So we got no AP, so let's get some AP back. We are gaining 11.5 AP because of the strength we've got. And the health we've got. I think it's the health what affects your AP. I want to pop my head out that door and see what's out there. Because oh, there's 2 zombies. Okay, I'm going to close it back up. I wanted to see if there was a car down there, but we're going to have to find another way around. In that case, because we know they might break up into here, I'll close that door as a bit of protection. That has small meat in there and lumber. Now, I don't normally take lumber, but it is going to be a weapon. What's that got? Clean water and fresh tomato. I don't find water much times in the very first house, so that's really good find. Hopefully it's a full bottle, which it is. Very nice. Now, I think I'm just going to eat the tomato. We've got a bit on them, and I think I'm just going to drink the water. Could stay on my weight, because again, that gas is going to weigh a bit, 3.2, but 2.7 fuel. If we can find a car with 1.2 economy. So, at the start of the game, the things I really want is, I want to find an hammer, so I can repair stuff. Doors and windows at night, if I need to. I want to find a street map, so I can actually search the areas before I go there, so I don't go to special places, because I'm just not going to be worth our time. I think that's it. Axe hammer and a street map are the 3 big things I want. I found the water, that would have been the other one I would have been after. We do want to be leaving out the north, so we could just leave now, but I want to make sure there isn't a car down here. But I need to get some AP before I move. Never move somewhere and have no AP left, otherwise you could have a very bad time. Now, I'm not too worried about that zombie. I'm just trying to get sight round here. Okay, there's no cars. Because we've just come from the top, I'm happy spending all my AP to go back up there. Just to get out of the range of this guy. And it's 10 o'clock and I'm already leaving the first zone. We need 9 to get through, 3.4 to get there. So I can't zone through on this turn. So what am I going to get next turn? 20.01. I never like to waste AP. And because we need to craft up wooden spears at some point, let's put 1 AP into that. Now, as you see on the amount of work, I've got 7% of that done. So again, it's going to take about 15, I think it's like 15 AP. It's going to cost me to make a spear in this run. So it's not cheap. If we can get crafting gloves, then that can cut it down. If we can stop at a place that has a bench that can increase our crafting. Unfortunately, those are only at special places. Yeah, I'm happy with everything there. Past the turn. I don't need to eat and drink every turn. If I find another bottle, then I will continue to drink. But again, I'm saving it just if we start taking damage on our health because of lack of hydration, then I'll use the water. Or in case I need to get weight, and then I'll just use it. Okay, we've got 10.1. You can't get to us. If I go there for 3.6, I've still got enough to get back if I need to. There's a zombie in there, but he can't get to me, but he could get up to my face. That's fine. And I'm just making sure, yes, we haven't killed any zombies. Up to 18. I probably do need to take that guy out, because he has quite a bit of a range. Let's go there so we're on this tile. Energy drink, a blank number. We'll get that next turn. I just want to take this guy out first. I could have really done with crafting. We just cut his range. So now we've took his legs out. He's only got one range. Energy drink, an emergency item. Fantastic. And now we've got lumber. Lumber, I did forget, lumber can be good for weapons. Let's put the blanket on so we can get a bit of better sleep tonight. This guy can only move to this tile, and this tile now. And that's how we're going to be dealing with zombies. Now, unfortunately, because we're not going to be killing zombies, it does mean rags we're not going to get as often as we do in previous runs. Another pair of gloves, fantastic. That flashlight is broken. I will take it. Only because I can break it down and get an electronic part. That's a way of making a lighter. Now, this guy could get to me on this square, so I'm going to move one off and then get my AP back. And that's how I'm going to be doing this run. If it's at night time, I will take the body out as well, so they can't move anywhere, so we don't have to worry about them coming after us. Car on the first tile, and I've already got gas on me. We haven't got a spanner. Is there any way of crafting a spanner? I've never actually looked. No. Or if there is a way of doing it, we haven't got the recipe for it. Oh, that's a tease, that is. Let's move one square in just so I can get visibility. So what's in here? Beer, clean water, and fresh milk. Very, very good to find this much hydration this early. I think I am going to take the... Yeah, I'm going to just take the milk. Actually, no, I'll be wasting it. Because your hydration cap's out at 18, I want to wait till that gets down to 12 before I take this. But yeah, really good because it will give me satiety. Rubbing alcohol we will take. And fresh fish fillet is going to be food. Now, rubbing alcohol can be used to make bandages. If you get a zombie attack you and you've got a bleed, it's a way of getting that bleed off. I want to go and search this room before we go up to the car. Because we do need to be leaving out the north side. But again, I would really like a street map. Just past the turn before we go through, we didn't have enough AP. In case there's a zombie, we need to be able to fight him. So you can move one, you can move one. What's in there? Pillow. Now, a blanket and a pillow would be really good. I think the pillow is actually better than the blanket. The blanket gives temperature. Skull bag. That's where I'm going to go. I don't really need to kill either one of these. Well, again, we can't kill them, but I mean attacking them. It's wasting AP for no reason. And helicopter books won't do anything in this run. We haven't got a lighter to do a fire, so yeah, it wouldn't be any use. We will put that skull bag on. So currently we're at 20.7. It says 1.3 there, but look at your detail screen. It's 1.33 we actually are. And it's telling us our inventory weight is plus 30%. We've got 3.2% encumbrance. I don't use that screen very often, but it is very useful. And then if I go and put that skull bag on, still saying we're at 1.3, but our weight's just gone down about 6. But if we go into this screen now, it's 1.25. We've only got plus 20% onto the weight, and we've got more encumbrance because we're wearing the backpack. So again, there is a lot of details, and there is a details up here. Again, I never found this until over 100 in the run before I click this button. And it will tell you anything you've harvested, So if you're doing the one where you've got to catch, I think it's trap 10 animals in a run, you can see that before you finish your run. There's one for catching fish. You can see how much fish you've caught. So again, very useful screen, and it does tell you there's 153 locations on the zone. And again, we found that out in the previous run, which is up on the channel in individual player, and it will be done as a supercut as well. So we've got nothing else to do, but I need to make sure... Actually, we could just stay here. As long... Oh, actually, no, we're going to lose AP. So I'll go up there and close the door. And then these guys, if they come after me, they've got to beat the door first. And we want to open that door and then get out there. So we need to have about 5 AP. 11.5, so yeah, we'll be on 17.5 next turn. Now, we will look at eating that, or drinking that milk, shall I say. Now, these lumbers do weigh a bit, so we'll be using them as my main weapon. Even though they don't do a lot of damage, we'll use the bigger one first. We can craft spears using the lumbers. So I could use them 2 lumbers instead of the plank. But each one of these weighs 1, where the planks weigh 2. So again, always good to use that version of the recipe. Let's go to... Actually, no, because I've got to go and open the door, haven't I? So it is broken. So let's have a look what's inside. There's no spanner. That's what I was really hoping for. But we've got more food and more water and a choke for a shotgun. I will take it. So again, I'm just going to have a look. So it says 1.3 there and we're at 16.2 weight. But we're actually at 1.25. Now, the question is it going to be worth me putting a sling bag on? Because it's going to give me another 0.6 encumbrance. I've got 6.8 on bag, so yes, it would be worth it. So I'm at 16.2. Put the shoulder bag on, we're down to 13.3. And we've gone up slightly, but our moves only increased by 0.01. So, yeah, really good stat screens for you to just get the exact amounts. So again, I will take that milk as soon as we get down our hydration to 12, but we could take some food. That would give me 7 satiety and a little bit of morale. I'm just going to eat it. We'll keep a flour. You can make it into dough and then add it with fruit to make a pie. It just doesn't seem worth it to me because you would also need salt with the flour. I would just eat that. But again, that will be the last thing I eat because it doesn't have a condition bar. We've got some beer we could take for morale if we need it. It would give us 8 morale. But we'll wait until we need the satiety and hydration. Now, it will drain some of our hydration having beer under the drunken stat, but we have got plenty of water at the moment. I'm actually considering... Actually, no, I was thinking about doing the spear, but we've got the lumbers to attack with. So, unfortunately, we can't repair that because there's no spanner at this zone. But I will put a note. The car isn't the best one. It's only a 1.4 economy with a 14 maximum, so we could only get 10 tiles. The best car for a fast run is 1.2 economy for 14 max load, where it can go 11 tiles and still have a little bit left over. But yeah, we want to put that on the notes. So go to your map, put a little note. Car broken, just so we know we need a spanner. 1.4 14. So I know what I've written there. 1.4 fuel, 14 economy, and the car's broken. So again, if I look on the map, I wish there was a way where if you've left a note, it changes the colour of the icon. It'd be a great quality of life, because if you've uncovered the old map, 153 locations, you're not going to find out where you've left all your notes. It's the only one small quality of life I would really like. So we have got some energy left, so let's move up to the zone point. Stones can be really useful to make an hammer. But would I want to waste 3.7 there, 3.7 back, just to get 1 stone? I don't think it's going to be worth it. So what do we get next turn? 11.5, so I'll be on 17.6, so I'm just going to pass the turn. So again, lucky finding a car. And we can't get the fuel out of the car. It's only 0.2, but you need a siphon. So again, lucky finding a car, unlucky not having a spanner or a siphon to take it out. And again, lucky finding a gas can. But there's going to be more cars. There's plenty of cars on the map. So immediately I'm looking around me. A rag shirt I'm not going to go out the way to collect. You're nimble, so I want to get out of your range. So let's move up to here. I just want to be careful that this zombie doesn't come here and a zombie doesn't come down and then blocks me in. Because then I'll be stuck. Is it worth going to that square? I think I'm just going to stay where I am until I get AP. I'll be on 17.6 next turn. And again, double checking, still on 0 kills. That's the most crucial part of the run. And if we can get a car and pass 10 tiles, then that's 10 tiles I haven't got to worry about whether I'm going to kill a zombie or not by accident. Okay, there's a big guy at the top there, construction worker. I want to avoid him. And you, I need to take your legs out. But he's, again, look at his legs. 5.8. So again, his head is only 1.2. It'd be nice and easy to take out, but 5.8 on his legs means I've got a bit more work to do. But that's what the part of the run is. So let's go with the ice lumber. So that'll be you. So I am doing 3.3 to 4. That's actually quite good. Now this guy can only move 1 tile now. So is there anything we want to search? So there's nothing in there, so I don't have to search them boxes. There's nothing in the grill. Because again, this is a special tile. Nothing in the stove. Nothing in the stove. Nothing in the refrigerator. So again, I would have wasted on a normal run 12 AP searching all that and then all the AP to run around as well. Now, unfortunately, I need this guy to move out the doorway for me to get through it. So let's move to that side. 11.5, 19.9 on the next turn, so I can just pass the turn. Okay, he's out the doorway now, so I can actually get to the doorway. And I do want to pick up the woods. I would like to craft that spear. So we are coming into night. I didn't realise that was so close. And we haven't got an hammer. And I've just uncovered all these zombies down here. Not good. I should have stopped it. If I would have realised that, I should have stopped in that zone. I could immediately, and again, we are next to a dangerous tile. I could immediately just go and leave the zone. We know there's a zombie up there. We know everything here is not going to have anything. So it's pointless me going round. If I'd have realised what tile we was on. Now, we could try and take this guy out in 11 AP. Or take his legs out. But even if we take his legs out, he will be able to get to us. So I have got a risk going through the zone. And hopefully nothing's the other side. Where luckily it paid off. It is next to a dangerous zone. But it is an house. So not every door and window is going to be broke. I am going to just move across. We are on 1.3 AP. We want to try and get to that door, that window, to try and get into a building. And secure it. And if there is any combat, we need to get it done. As quick as possible. Oh, I've got no rags on me. Well, that was bad. Now 3 zombies are going to be able to see me. We do have a torch. So it's not all over. And I do need to check these. I'm just looking at what's around here. Bandages, wine and beer, that's really good. But again, do I have gloves? I do. We need to worry about our combat. I was looking for an hammer more than anything else. Pliers. Fresh corn, clean water again. More clean water. I need to use the torch. Oh, I need to move a square closer. And he's a nimble, so he's going to avoid a lot of attacks. If I can hit him, then we might have to use this. I think I'm going to have to take the body out as well, just so he can't move anywhere. So if we check this zombie now, he isn't dead, but he can't go anywhere because he's just an head on the floor. If I had a rag, I could pick up the head if I really wanted to. We know there's another zombie up here. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention to what time it was. I should have just left that zone and then I would have had an extra turn to do here. Now, he's not going to block up the doorway, unfortunately. But if I can take this guy out up here, I will need the torch. And when I say take it out, it's just taking out his legs and body. We do have a couple of more turns on the torch. There is 2 I'm going to need to do. So again, taking out your legs. Is there any weapon I've got better than this that's going to take it out in 1? That's only got a very little chance and not really. Pliers would take 2. We're just going to have to take the 2. Now, he could still move 1 tile unless I take his body out, so I need to see what this guy can do. He could get to the square I'm on. And this guy can only move 1 now. I mean, I could back up 1. I'm just trying to eye up all my options. Yeah, I'm going to back up 1. We'll have 17 AP on the next turn. Use the torch again. Hopefully both these are inside the building then. And I'll have to take out the body and the legs on both of them. Legs first, body second. And then close the window. And then try and hide on the couch. Okay, we've got some food and water, so let's try and get some of this hydration to tie it up. Just in case I get hit. We've got 18 turns on the meat, so we could do something with that on the following day if we can get a match or a lighter. We haven't got an electronic part yet, or a battery, so we can't make a lighter. Do have some emergency AP items. I've just got to hope they can't get to me. Now, maybe he can't get in. Because that guy I would have thought would have got in. So that's making me think that they can't enter. Because of the quiet trade. Again, I've never used it, so I don't know. And again, we want to take the legs out on you. Which we managed to do. If I take out the body, they can't do any attacks. We just want to pay attention to the condition as well. I'm losing about 7% condition. We don't have a rag, unfortunately, because we're not killing the zombies, we're not getting rags. And I think I'm just going to stand up there. Actually, let's go over there and collect this. And there's no rags anywhere in here except for taking the one off the window, but then that would be no good. Antidepressants there. Let's get some AP and see if anybody else comes up to the windows. Now, we do know this one over here is just the head. But we might as well just go and take it. Take that in case we get a bandage. And we can do the zombie as well. Because we've got 2 pairs of gloves. Now, we'll keep those just in case I want to boost my attack. Two beers and a wine. Now, it did actually tell us on there what we was going to get on the search. And we want to get those gloves back off. We could put a fanny pack off. It's just going to drop down 1 weight, but it will give us a bit more encumbrance. There is stuff on bags, so I am going to actually do that. So although it says it's 1.3 there, it's actually 1.27. Now, we could go onto the couch right next to the zombie to sleep. He can't move. Again, I've never tried this quiet one, so I do want to test it. The good and the bad of it. Now, I could do with making that spear, so I've got weapon options. I think I am just going to get to sleep. We have got our blanket, so we should sleep a bit faster. And yet somebody's up at the window. I'd rather they didn't break the window. And unfortunately, I've got two options. I need my torch on. Unfortunately, I'm going to use all this charge of this torch on this one day. I need to know what type of zombie he is. It's a decayed. That's what I didn't want. And as a fat zombie. Now, theoretically, I could make the spear, which is going to do about 3. Let's try and use a lumber on you. Because again, 2.7 to 3. I've got 13. I think I've got enough to take his legs out. And I could really do with a crit. And if I'd have thought about it, I should have put my attack gloves on. It would be nice to take his body out, but that's way too much. But we could take the body out on this decayed one. We've already got a disease anyway. So I've got 3 heads out there. Again, it has got the take head symbol if you've got rags. And we've got a level up. So skillful search, because we can choose what we want to search and what we don't want to do. It's not as crucial in this run as it normally is. We could do trading, but it's not our top priority. So I think just more attack. Another 50% damage on all our weapons. So if we have a look, let me just check if it's 100. Yeah, it's 150 on the last skill. We do have a disease, so I'm just going to move 1 tile across and try and sleep here. It's dangerous to sleep here. Well, apparently I can't sleep there. It's probably because I could see the zombies. Now I can't see the zombies, then it won't matter. Until status is healed, I think I'm going to have to do it. Unfortunately, it does mean I'm going to have a very late start on this day. And to make matters worse, them zombie heads are blocking the window to the north. And I've got this head blocking the door to the west here. So I can't go and open that door because I can't go onto that tile. So I'm going to have to go out the building and round. So in that case, we might as well go and pick up our rag. Just making sure I searched everything. And that's a lot more action. Again, we are next to a dangerous zone. You can only move 1. You can move a bit more, but I can get out of your reach. And you have a crazy amount of movement. We could go and close the window on them. We are thirsty, so let's go and get our food and water sorted. And again, I was hoping to take that, get the disease, and then get rid of it. I'm wondering if I could get a disease and then use a painkiller, but I don't really want to... No, I think in this occasion, I'm just going to dump it. Actually, how much does it weigh? 0.3. We'll keep it just in case I have to resort to making bait and doing all that. It looked like them hadn't seen me as well. I would have loved to go and get that scrap metal. So what do I need? Fresh corn and clean water, definitely. And the reason I closed the window, I just want to slow these guys down. More clean water. I can't refuse it. And yet more clean water. We can't do it till next turn, and we've just had a notification there's a zombie here, but we don't know what type. Okay, luckily they didn't see me. And let's get these water into less bottles. Yeah, 4 full bottles. And that's an empty one. That's brilliant. Morale's looking good, so we don't need to take beer for that. If I had an antibiotics, I would have just took that for the satiety. I think I need to spend some AP to do this. We didn't get a chance to do it the previous night. And I also want to set up another one. We won't do it with the lumbers. I might end up doing that eventually. But we'll just do it with the planks. And I think I just want to wait where I am. We'll be up to 19 AP on the next turn. But let's get this water sorted so we're not taking damage for no reason. Satiety. Well, that's both going to give me a morale. I think I'm just going to eat both. I could make a corn chowder with it, but again, we've got no lighters to make fires. We've got no pots and pans. Oh, actually, we have got a lighter, but no pots and pans. We've got one charge left on the flashlight, so we need to go and grab the next flashlight, we see. Is that all good? Yeah, and then when we get down to satiety, I will eat the flour when we get down to damage stage. So yeah, I'm going to stay where I am. I'll be up to 19.6 now. We want to get away from this dangerous zone as soon as possible, so I need to get up to that zone point there. He only has one square, so that's fine. I do want to go after the scrap metal more than the stick. He has one tile, so that's perfect. I can run around him. And that's all the zombies we left. You can actually get to me. So would it be worth zoning? I think yes. The reason being is if I'd have backed off on that square, that guy could have blocked the tile because I can't kill him. I could only take his legs and body out. And then I would have to pick him up with the cloth to chuck him out the way. So I'll be wasting a lot of AP. So yeah, we luckily we wasn't here, but we have got a couple of emergency AP items. And again, just double checking, no kills. So you have seen me, you've not got massive movement, so I could just avoid you if I can get for this window. I need to get the scrap, because if I can get the recipe for axes and make my own, they won't be great. We've got a lettuce in there, it's going to be food, so I'm going to not turn down food. Fortunately, 2 AP just to get a lettuce is not the best cost, but it's better than nothing. Now that meat isn't rotten yet, it's stale. So it would give me morale loss if I make it into a meal, but we've got ways to get back morale. And I can't do anything because I've got no AP. He will come up and bang on the window, but I'm not too fussed. Sunset in 3 hours. No, I am fussed. Zombie there that can go 1, but we could just take out his body and he can't go anything. But we can't search that tile unless he moves off. Could go there for 2.9, check that, and I've still got enough to back up to this door. That's what I think I'm going to do. We'll get him off that tile. Oh, I should have looked to see if there was items, which I didn't. But I think it's worked in my favour. So he's moved off the tile now. As long as he doesn't break this door, I'm okay. Switch to the... Actually, you've only... Both these lumbers... Actually, that's got a bit more life on it. Make sure body only. So now he's just an head, he can't go anywhere. And we've got a couch there. Still got no hammer, unfortunately, and we still haven't got enough stones to make an hammer. Just want to double check there wasn't another recipe with a different type of hammer. Now we've just got that one there, which is three stones and a load of thread. Might be worth going and covering up that window. Okay, what's in here? A wrench. We could have repaired that car, but because we've already gone 2 tiles away, it's not worth it now. A book. Could be any skill book, so I've got to take it. Cat's eyes. That is important. That's going to give me visibility all around me, so I don't need a torch to combat. Painkillers and weak vitamins. I will take them. Let's get some AP. And then I want to go and cover this window as long as nobody sees me. What's in here? Padded coat. I think I've only got one gear piece on me. Will give me a good amount of temperature. Yeah, we'll put it on. Got some more wood there, and we have got some gloves to come down and check this guy. Blockage to the left. Did we know about that? No, but we do now. And we still got no street map, unfortunately. So I can't do anything till next turn. Let's get those gloves on. Which was those. Yep, good enough item to get hold of. Put some condition onto some gloves. And then tonight we have got to be crafting. Pointless closing the door. And that's the zombie we already knew about, so that's fine. Let's set up my next recipe. Which will be 2 of those. We could actually set up a recipe with those lumbers now. If we're going to have the sticks, I'm going to be better than both those. I wouldn't mind having a few because, again, we didn't have time to craft on the previous night. So being able to have a couple of weapons already pre-made up is going to be very useful. Yeah, we'll get rid of those as well. Okay, so let's have a look at our food and hydration. I'm just going to eat it. And I'll get my water up to top for tonight. Ah, if I'd have thought about it, I could have took a beer overnight. Would have given me my morale back as well. I'm actually just going to do it. So we could do with a better backpack. An hiking backpack would be ideal, but as we saw in the last run, there is a better tier than that called the tactical backpack. So again, we have still got that fuel down there, but we could do with finding a siphon. So I'm just going to craft up the spears tonight. Have I got crafting gloves? No, unfortunately not. Let's just get this night cycle over with. I'll come out there, let's press space, go on to the next one. And then just make all them spears up. Like I said, it's going to take us 15 AP to make each one because of our dexterity. If we had a street map, that would be my priority. To be quite honest, cat size is really important for me to learn as well. I'm looking around to make sure I'm getting no notification that there's any zombies near, but that's fine. So we've got 3 spears. I'm willing to spend 1 more hour just to get the last spear done. We could do with breaking that down because that's just no use to us. And then we've got 1 charge left on there. So that's giving me some electronic parts now. So if I can get a battery, I can make a proper lighter. Well, a makeshift lighter. It has 2 charges on there. A standard lighter has 5 and a gas lighter has 10. Or maximum of them. And then it's a random of what you get hold of. And I'm not going to take that meat to get the disease. So, yeah, let's just ignore it. So, the water is going down pretty fast because we took the beer or the wine, I think it was. I am going to drop them because those are quite heavy bottles. We'll keep the lighter ones. Those are 0.2, those are 0.6 I've just dumped. And we will keep these because they're only 0.05. And if we do find a park and we need water, that's a way of doing it. So, yeah, I'm happy with that. Let's go to sleep. And this time, until energy's full. Now, we're already at 13, so it shouldn't take too long. And we're already awake. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. Because we were getting the 50% sleep quality of the couch and the 25 from there, we slept really, really fast. So I think I am happy to spend all my AP on the cat's eyes book. For this turn. Next turn, I want to be leaving the zone. So we know we can't go out that way, so we need to find another entrance. So I really need to be up here. So I think that quiet trait, because that guy broke the window. He saw me go through this door, but he didn't bother to come through. So I think as long as you don't have visible sight of a zombie, they won't chase you in the building at night. So that's good to learn. What am I getting next time? 13.2, so I'll be on 24.8. So I only use 5 AP. It's not bad. 60 out of 360 pages. And we won't be crafting spears on the next night. That's just to give me plenty of weapons to use. And let's pass the turn. I do want to be taking that cloth off of the window, hence why I'm standing here. Oh no, we still got one more area left. Okay. So I got to be using 13 AP then. That's a third of the way for the book. I'm happy with that. Hydration's topped up. We've got nothing for morale. We could take some beer. But we don't need it this turn. And 19.5. We'll take our cloth back. And I'm pretty certain we did everything here. Yep. Zombie right outside the window. There's a zone point there. He can get to me. Can I zone through? Just about. I'm going to have to take the risk. We are off the dangerous zones now. So we've passed it now. So it should be less here. And it is an house, so we can actually have some loot. But we need AP first. And we've got no way of forcing these because we haven't got... Actually, I could do with you seeing me. What's in there? Clean water ×2 and a dried fish. Definitely. Fresh coffee. Actually, I just need to make sure I can get out of his range. So I need to get there for 3.4, so I do have the 2 to check it. Because if I just take his legs out there, I can't get past him and I can't loot that. I definitely want them 2 water, so... I need to get there for 3.4, there for 3.4, so it doesn't really matter. Go this way so we get a bit more visibility. Now, I could just... I'm not going to be stopping here, so I'm happy to just close the door on him. He can bang on the door. It will slow him down. And that's a very big bottle of water. So, 40 in there, 20 in here. So, yeah, we got 50 water out of this. That's very, very, very nice. Put all our water into there, keep all the bottles down here. It allows us to take the alcohol, to be honest. Because the alcohol, when we're drunk, we will lose more water. We can just get a big morale with that, but morale cap's at 24, so unless I go below 17, I don't want to be using that. And I've got no AP really to do anything, so let's get some back. Now that's interesting, because I closed the door on him. He did have enough moves to go there. It does say, definitely say at night on there. So I would have expected him to start banging on the door because he saw me enter it. So that's an interaction I wasn't expecting. Now there's no door into this side, so that must be another room. It is. Bit of a weird building. Denim jacket. What are we wearing at the moment? I think we're good enough. We don't need to go after a denim. Energy drink, I'll always go and take them because them's going to save your life at some point. And I'm happy to just stay here. There is a zombie there and a zombie there. I've just got to hope this guy can't get to me. There's actually quite a few zombies on here. So there's one going into the middle of the map there. It's not a bad idea. Just in case Terminus is up here, we could go directly up the middle. I really would love a street map. But we've got lots of AP, so we can get into this room. We could battle with you, but I don't think I need to. And we've got enough weapons, so I don't need to pick up any more planks. Nuts is fine. We'll close the door just so you got to slow you down getting to us. And a gas can. 1.2 fuel. So yeah, we've got 3.9 fuel. If we can find a 1.2 fuel car, that's 3 tiles. I'm going to transfer the gas into 1 canister. So that weighs 4 and that's down to 1.3 now. I don't know if it saves weight doing it that way, but I always like 1 full canister. Let's drink water. We don't need to let that drop down as low as it has. And we are down to that 17, so let's just take the coffee. Again, more morale is going to give me more AP. So, being max morale is giving me 1.15 extra AP a turn. So, next turn I'm going to be on 19. I really do want to get out of your way. I think I'm just going to stay where I am, because the door is going to slow him down. And again, that's very strange, because I've closed the door on him. He's lost sight of me. He's not coming after me. And it has to be that trait that's doing it. Well, 2 up there, so I'm not going that way. So this is troubling. Because there's going to be a zombie behind that door. There's a zombie there behind that door. If I kill him, I can't get past him. If I kill him, I can't get past him. And if I kill that one that's there, I'm not going to be able to get past that. Yeah, he's standing there. This is troubling. The only way I can get past is I've got to waste my rag. So I've got to take your legs out. I've got to take your body out. And then I've got to pick you up, which is going to cost 1 AP, so I can get for the door to close it. Yeah, still on 0 kills. I'm just making sure I haven't messed up. Well, that's the way we've got to be. That's the way it's got to be. So, legs out. Body out. And then take the head. Now I can get for the door and close the door. So that means we have got to carry wood with... Sorry, we've got to carry rags with us at all times. Because we could find ourselves in situations like that. The only other way I could have done it is... Hit this guy, he moves 1. Move up to that square he would enter. Move up to that square, he would then move over in one of them 2 squares for me to get out. But again, you're playing a bit of chess then. I'm just going to stay where I am until I get AP. Yeah, a little bit of excitement then. And again, we've got the same issue here. We know we can get out that door. So I'm going to have to go that way. Look at how many zombies there is. It's going to take me 10 to zone. 1.9 to get there. That's a makeshift lighter. It has 1 charge. That's actually useful. I can't get through the zone, so I knew I was going to have to use an energy drink. And I've just got to pray nobody's at the other side. It's a railroad. Now, we do have pliers, I think. So we can get through the fences fairly easy. We'll stop on the zone point from saving anybody else from coming through. And let's get some AP. This is the problem for not having a street map. You can't see what you're going into. So we know the railroad will go to Terminus. We've got to keep heading north and then just hope we don't go into another railway toll. So I'm just checking the fences to see if there's already a break. There isn't. Now you're a soldier that could get to me. I'm just looking at all my options. It would be nice to pick up them stones because I can finally craft an hammer then. You can't get to this square. Neither can those. Unfortunately, it does take AP to do that. And I want to be this side of it so they don't block me in. You can't get to me. You can't get to me. You can't get to me. Could pick up the wire, but I think I'm fine without picking them up. And we're going to get 11.8 next turn. We don't have any energy drinks, do we? No. Do we have drugs for energy? Just going to take that. And then we'll get 11.8, 14.8, 15.3. And I've just got to try and go as north as quick as possible. There is a zone point there. Can you get to the zone point? Unfortunately, you can. So if I get to the zone point for 4.1, I can't get through. I'm looking at everybody else's movement. So I think I need to go to that square and just hope there isn't a zombie up here, which there is. So in that case, if I go and fight you, I just got to watch he doesn't go into the zone point. Now, we should have a zombie's head in our bag. Make sure we drop that. Unfortunately, it's wasting my cloth doing that. And then we're going to have to take your legs out. Just your legs. You could still get to me. There's no holes in the fence, that's fine. And if I move down to the south, both these can get to that tile and that tile, but they can't get to me here. And he can't get to me. That's more important. And if I was at the top square, that guy would have gone and blocked the zone point, most likely. So brilliant. 2.7 to get there. We'll go through, and we just got to hope it's not another railway. It's a grocery store. And we finally got another level up. So again, in this run, Edge Strike isn't going to do anything for us. We could just go with more melee damage, or we could go with clean attack. 15% less condition loss could be useful. We do have quite a few spears on us at the moment. I think I've got to go with the melee damage. The faster we can take out people's legs, the better. What's this on the floor? And crank generator I don't think is going to help us. And I want to go out north. So again, we're already halfway up into the map. We've done pretty well. And if you check, still no zombie kills. That's the most important one. Oh, actually, I've got no AP to do anything. We're standing on the zone point so nobody can get through. Always use that as a tactic. If nothing's around you, stand on the zone point, nobody can get to you. And again, if we're looking, that's nothing's in there. We can't see anything there. So let's move up to there. There is a coffee bean and a pepper. Both really for morale. Coffee beans about 3 citation. It's not worth going out the way. And this is what it means by nothing and special places have got anything good at them. You can only move one, so that's actually good for me. And there is a zone point there, but I can't get to it this turn. There is a survivor on the map. Or he's probably more a bandit or a pickpocket he was. Now, we don't have to kill him on this run. You can't get to me, and because I need stones to craft an hammer or an axe, more an hammer than anything else, I think I am going to waste the AP to go and get that stone. We can't zone this turn, but we'll get 11.5, so we'll be on 17.9, so that's fine. What have we got? We could take a beer. That would give us a bit of hydration, a bit of satiety, and nearly cap out our morale, which would then give us a bit more AP. And then we can just drink some water. It's not sent us drunk, so we shouldn't have the hydration loss. Oh, actually, we're getting 0.3 alcohol loss, so we're losing 1.3 this turn. But that's fine. We've got enough water. And we've got nothing we can really... We could just eat that. Yeah, let's just eat it. Gets rid of more weight out of the bags. Is there any weight in the bags I don't need? What are you at? Very high, low. We'll chuck you. But I think everything else that's in here I do want. Them gloves will be broke the next time we check something. We could chuck the match away. Actually, no, just in case that's the only option I've got to make a fire. Because that's only going to last one turn. So yeah, I'm happy with all that. do need to pay attention. Because this is a grocery store, I need to get onto an house tile. So 8 to move through. Let's get some AP. And then we've just got to hope it's an house. It's a clothing store. Clothing stores do have a back room. There is a car there because I can see the corner of one. You have a lot of movement, so I need to do something about your legs. You have a lot of movement, but again, if I go there, this guy's going to move across and then it'll block me in. There's another zombie up there. I really need to get back to that square to be safe. And he has seen me now. I could get back to there by an AP item. I have got to play it safe. Like I said, we're doing very good. We've got halfway up the map. Well, 2/3 up the map. We've not got far to go to Terminus. Now, Terminus is going to be another problem. Because I can't kill anybody, we've got to make sure we've got a route to get through everybody. So if we could find a grenade or something, that would be perfect, because I could easily clear a path then. We've got the wires to go through the fence at Terminus. So let's just check you. You can't get to that zone, so let me go on to that zone. You can't get to that zone either. Now, there is some sort of survivor in the building, because we saw the slash marks. This is where I need to get to, this room at the very back here. That's probably going to give me my best case of surviving. So I need to take your legs out because you've got too much movement. So now both these are down to one tile. So I want to go as far as I can. Okay, you've got a lot of movement and you've got a lot of movement. But unfortunately, as much as I wanted to do that car, I've got to deal with these. We do have the book to help us out. You can't get to this square, so I'm happy. And then we'll check the car. But we are going into night. Is it worth using the torch? I think it is. And I really need to check this car. What have you got in there? A scope, but we haven't got a gun, but it might be useful. Saline solution. A tote bag. How are we doing with weight-wise? Sling bag's full. Fanny pack's full. School bag's full. We'll wear it. Still at 1.3, so I'm happy with that. The car is broken. It does have fuel in there, but again, it didn't have a siphon, so I can't do anything with that. Take your body out so you can't move anywhere. I think I'm going to take your body out as well. Wooden spear broke, but that's fine. That's why I've been building them. So neither one of them can get to me. I really need visibility in this room to make sure nobody was in there. And I've just got to hope that that survivor's taking the zombies towards him and not towards me in the back room. No, there's a zombie in there. Okay, unfortunately. Have I got a cloth? No. There's a way around it. Take your legs out. Take your body out. We're not going to pick up your head. There's a window we can get through. What's in here? Nothing. Just got to hope there's nobody else about us. And we need to read that Night Eyes book, because that could save us. Now, although we can't get loot off this tile, whatever that person is If it's a bandit or a pickpocket, I'm going to have a lot of loot on him. And that door was broke, that window was broke, but we haven't got enough to make an hammer. We've only got 2 stones. So we're just going to have to huddle up in this corner and just hope nobody can get to us. So what have we got food-wise? We could take a beer. That would cap me out at 24, would give me a bit of satiation, but it would also make me hydration go down further. In that case, just eat that. That's going to go off. So I'm going to get the disease off it. I just need to read this book. So wait 4 turns. And just hope nobody gets to us. We've only got to wait 7 hours before it's light. But that's an eternity. And there's the disease. It kicked in. We knew it was going to happen. I need to read this book so I can attack people near me. Ah. And the run's over. That's how quick it can change. Okay, I'm disappointed with that. We nearly had it as well. 2/3 of the way up the map. It was just we didn't have a street map. If we had a street map and can figure out where the houses was before zoning blindly, we could have had that run. We will be trying it again. But thank you very much for watching. And I'll be seeing you in the next run of this. We will be completing this one all the way to Terminus without killing a zombie. Solo. Wish me luck.